Okay. We're loading onto water hazard here. Beware of bridges and the water. And someone's loading really long here. There we go. Ship number 1 is the Young Edelmann. It is a junker piled by Abject Axolotl with port side double Artemis, front Gatling, starboard side double Banshee. Ship number 2 is the Big Squid. It's a Judgment but where am I? On the front we find a Heavy Flag Mark II, an Artemis and a Mercury. On the rear, in the back, we find a Watcher and a Carronade. Ship number 3 is the Great VGS. It is a Spire piled by Daniel, drifting away. Bottom deck, Lumberjack Banshee, top deck, Hades Banshee. And lastly, we have Charms class. Piled junker piled by Sputnik. On the port side, we find double Artemis, front Gatling, and starboard double Banshee. So, the two junkers are exactly the same. We'll see how that works out as the Big Squid and the Great VGS are already engaging each other, and the Charms class doesn't feel very classy today and just goes straight for the Big Squid. Great VGS has been broken. Flak from the Judgment goes out, taking almost entirely annihilating that Spire, and with a little bit of Banshee support, they go down. First kill obtained by the red team, also known as Six Pool. And then the Big Squid will be finished off by the Charms class. And now we have a junker duel where the Young Edelmann has taken the high ground, so they will be going into this with a bit of an advantage once it goes back to Artemis dueling. But it won't. They are staying on the Banshee side. Okay. So Sputnik bravely ran away. Okay. Yeah, the Big Squid has respawned and has immediately been spotted, both red ships taking a position next to the mill here, only separated in altitude. And Charms class and Young Edelmann are exchanging probing shots. With some disables being obtained here. Great VGS has been broken once more. Flak goes out, and they die. The Great VGS getting flacked once more. Charms class, again, lonely on the field, but this time they won't be able to get a cheeky kill on the Big Squid, as the Young Edelmann is already in a perfect position to support here. And they might actually not even make it out. Really depending on what the Young Edelmann will do here. They need to be careful not to bump into the bridge. They bump into the bridge. So that should give the Charms class an opportunity to get the hell out of there. Especially with the Great VGS not back on the field. Immediately engaged by the Big Squid. Charms class comes around. Young Edelmann was awaiting them. Big Squid is ignoring them. Break obtained. Quarter of that Judgment is suddenly gone. Aft Watcher of the Judgment goes into Charms class, is able to 4 guns and 2 of the engines. And I'm fairly certain that the Charms class is now an easy kill for the Young Edelmann to pick up. And they do. Banshee spam for the win. And that leaves the Great VGS very lonely on the field this time. 30-1 lead for the red team. Great VGS has been broken. Black goes out. Not quite correctly timed. And they will be able to get away for the moment, but the armor might go down again. Mercuries are nothing to laugh about. Charms class respawns right next to the ally. And young Edelman continues charging. Nope, nope, there is the hard reverse. Putting the moonshine on just to break even faster. And not following them. And we're paused. I'm just gonna briefly take a peek into the rules once more. Tactical datas. Yes, sure. Ready? That was crew chat. Good to go. And we're on pause again. I will take a peek at the rules later. So, a bit of a stalemate positioning here. As red team is on the more southern side of this mountain ridge, while blue team is more, well, west and east. Let's do this, west and east. Ah, oh, the reds are on the wrong side. Okay. Big Squid shooting at the Great VGS once more. They lose their flak, so their main damage. And they might lose the balloon in just a moment as soon as those lumbers start connecting. For the moment, the Big Squid has to be a bit more concerned about the Charms class coming in, while the young Edelman isn't quite able to get them out of the picture. But they're now maneuvering to get them out. Great VGS engaging the young Edelman, supporting the ally. Charms class loses an engine and 2 guns. Great VGS was briefly broken, I believe. Maybe not. Well, they might be they are broken right now. Flak goes out. Well, hello Ro, welcome to the chat. I fear you're the only one. At least for the moment. Also, in case you didn't know, this stream is run with a 1-minute delay. Probably more. As there's also latency between Twitch and my recording software. So, I will not be able to respond very fast. Let's put it that way. Great VGS was briefly broken, but no. Only they still have only eaten 1 flak, so they're still holding on. But they are very much one-shottable with a flak. Oh, okay. Thank you very much for the. I will count them in a moment, but thank you very much for the bits. Okay, it's split engagement going on. Great VGS and Big Squid exchanging pot shots over the mountain ridge here. Both of them just barely being in the arc of the other's guns. And using that little building right there as a sort of cover, while the young Edelman and the Charms class are exchanging shots. And at the moment it seems like the young Edelman is getting the short straw of that, especially with the Great VGS now poking in there as well. Big Squid not quite able to connect with the Great VGS here. They try, but they've been shooting that little tower right there. This one here. For quite a while now, and they haven't been quite able to sneak a shot past yet. Big Squid broken once more, half the judgment is suddenly missing. Make that more like 2/3 of the judgment suddenly missing. Great VGS finally moves over the mountain, engaging the young Edelman, Charms class. Dead focused on the Big Squid, and the Big Squid goes down. 3-2. Blue team obtains another kill, but will they be, maybe the young Edelman will be able to take the Great VGS out. We'll see. No, actually, with the Charms class not joining in, the young Edelman's only option really is to run, run, and run. Preferably fast. The alternative being die. And... oh, he is drift sailing. Okay, Moonshine drift sail. Oh, okay, there's like 3 of the 4 ships here. No, correction. Every ship has brought drift sail. Even the big squid. Okay, I finally counted them. Thank you for the 10 bits, Renamon. Are they on the edge of the world? Oh, they are on the edge of the world. One thing you can very, very nicely abuse with drift sail is the wind wall on the edge of the world. Because you can just charge off the edge and then activate drift sails so that the wind wall pushes you back onto the map, but in a curve. Okay, the young Edelman, a big squid is now engaging the Great VGS after they had respawned. The young Edelman is assisting them, while the Charms class is raining banshees down upon the young Edelman. Great VGS losing 2 components there, including an engine. But they are very nicely utilizing this pillar here for cover, but the young Edelman just comes around, engaging them. Big squid once again. Oh! Oh! Okay, the Great VGS has gone down, almost getting flucked, but in the end it was the young Edelman's Banshees that secured the kill. Big squid now turning around to get the aft guns into arc. Charles Glass receives the watch, gets watchered to very little effect, but the young Edelman is at the ready, sniping the main engine out. But the Charles Glass is reversing, utilizing that drift sail. Main engine gets back up, and it seems like they will be able to get out, especially with the Great VGS now back in the picture. Great VGS immediately getting engaged by the big squid here. Mercuries are flying across the field. Very long range. That's like 1,500 meters. Young Edelman suddenly finding themselves in a bit of a double focus. Great VGS goes down, but it's not engageable by the big squid. And Daniel making the conscious decision to hide behind this pillar here, that the Flock of the Judgment will not be able to engage him. Charms Glass charges forwards, trying to secure that kill on the young Edelman, but with the same move, exposing themselves to the big squids. Front guns. Great VGS, sensing the opportunity, decides to poke out behind the pillar. Big squid, anticipating the move, immediately turned for them. Well, Great VGS is spotted, so it wasn't that much interpretation, it's just reading what you see on your map. But paying attention to your map is something that can be very often forgotten. Young Edelman in a world of trouble right now. And so is the big squid, actually. Big squid is not looking too bad. But they have that Charms Glass right above them. They are drifting to get very good gun arcs on the Great VGS here. Great, both ships Hydra up. And now it's Big Squid's looking for that flak. They want it. Big Squid gets broken. And the Great VGS is just charging in, getting the double banshees going on the Big Squid. Big Squid not able to get any guns going on anything really. They might be able to get a Watcher going on the Charms class. Yep, there we go, there it is. Watcher goes out, disabling quite a lot actually. But it might cost them their lives. Oh, half the judgment still remaining. Young Edelman once again taking the brunt of the fire. Great VGS finally broken. But no follow-up. Big Squid turning around right now. Putting on drift sail for that. I find that interesting. They're trying to go for the Great VGS, but they're getting bansheed, and they will go down to those. And I think they were also sitting on the stone pillar here. And with that, blue team has just secured another kill. Young Edelman. Will they run? I'm gonna assume yes. Yes, they are running. They're actually also running forwards. They're a bit faster. But they might actually go down here. Yeah, they will most likely go down here as they get double broken. And the Charms class is right on top of them. I tried to change for the Banshee side. Big Squid actually respawning in the top right corner there. But with that, it will be the young Edelman going down, courtesy of the Charms class. 4 on 4, with just 5 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock. And the Big Squid has been spotted. First kill advantage lies with red, I believe. Let me just verify that. Yeah, first kill advantage lies with the red team. Charms class, so young Edelman has respawned together with the Big Squid. Charms class coming from the side, immediately going into the arcs of the young Edelman, while the Big Squid is once again focusing on the Great VGS. Great VGS going high, trying to get out of those gun arcs. But the guns... Charms class actually has lost the majority of their guns and their components, and they're broken. So it might actually be them that go down first here. They have been firmly disabled. Big Squid not doing entirely too good here. Really getting an edge against the Great VGS. But the Charms class is getting hammered by the young Edelman. All guns missing, armor down. They managed to get it up in the nick of time, but they will break again. Come on, they break again. And with that final Artemis shot, it will be Sixpool obtaining the victory. The final score of 5-4. Very well done. And they will now move on to face the VoD Emperor, while the Fancy Cloud Crushers make their way down into the lower bracket. And as always, I will be right back once I have everything set up for the next match. Till then, enjoy the music. And once more, it is time for us to return to the fun that is the lobby game. 2.5 minutes on the clock, and over on the left in red, we are joined by Davide at Impera with the pilots Niels Jewel and Friendly Corp, and over on the right in blue, we are joined by Sixpool with the pilots Abject Axolotl and Where Am I? So if you have any questions to ask, now would be a perfect opportunity for that, as I still have a few minutes left to actually answer them. Okay. See, so we're on the Mount Graveyard Rumble. Let's see how our teams intend to rumble. It seems that Abject Axolotl going for the exact same build. I mean, nothing wrong with that. Where am I taking a Corsair? And the opponent's going for a Brawl Spire. That's a choice I very much appreciate. That is a very much commend. I like Brawl Spires. And a Watcher Fish with a kill side. Also very good. One crew member still MIA. Could this just work? The amount of time I put the score in. The square root of a potato? I do not know. Okay, there we go. Let's see. We have the final few seconds of the lock ticking down. 5 seconds to be exact. Due to currently the people to change last. And there we go. We are in fact locked. It would be red team's call for the minute. Oh, there we go. It finally worked. And time's up. Let's do this. Ready up, everyone. Seems that people are a bit hesitant to push the button. Nope, there we go. Everybody found it. Very nice. Starting match number 2 on time. And with everybody readied up. So that's always very nice. As I said, we're going on to Graveyard Rumble. Will this be close range claustrophobia or long range sniping? Stay tuned and find out after this short word from our sponsor. Oh no, just kidding. Ship number 1 is the Angry Lollipop. It is a spire piled by Niels Jewel with a bottom deck Watcher Banshee and top deck double Gatling. Ship number 2 is the Fonkwalk. It is a goldfish piled by Friendly Corp. Front Watcher, right side Carronade, left Gat Mortar. Ship number 3 is the Young Edelmann. It is a junker, once again piloted by Abject Axolotl, with a port side double Artemis, front Gatling, and starboard side double Banshee. And lastly we have, to be fair, a Corsair piloted by Where Am I? Front Watcher, right side Gat Heavy Flak Mark 1, left side Gat Watcher, and aft Flare Gun. And there we go, we already have the first engagement going here, as the Angry Lollipop gets a Watcher treatment. With a Sea of Travel. Very nice. Look at the correct chips. Oh, double gunner on the to be fair, on the Corsair actually. Fonkwalk lose 2 of their engines to the Young Edelmann's sniping crew, while the Angry Lollipop loses another one, courtesy of a Watcher from the To Be Fair Angry Lollipop actually gets broken, with minor hull damage suffered there. Oh, but that minor hull damage might turn to major. Nope, not that much. It's only a Flak Mark 1. Oh, but that was a perfectly timed Flak. Well, by accident, I assume. But still. Doesn't matter how well it was timed, or if it was timed for any good reason. It still hit perfectly. And with that, the Angry Lollipop goes down. First kill obtained by the blue team. Also known as 6 pool. And it seems like the Funk Walk will follow shortly. As they get broken. Watcher went out. But has now been... No, they have been broken once more. Flak follow-up goes in. And the To Be Fair claims another kill. 2-0 lead for the red team. This is what I want to be looking at. There we go. And the blue team only suffering a bit of scratched paint. So the next engagement will be a fresh start again. Okay, red team opting for the eastern spawn. Immediately scouted by the To Be Fair, which was already heading that direction. Angry Lollipop overturning a little bit. Receiving a Watcher to the face, immediately disabling their Watcher. And a second to follow it up, disabling pretty much everything else. And immediately getting a break as well. Young Edelman getting their Artemai going onto the Angry Lollipop, and the To Be Fair getting their Flux in. And another kill obtained as the Angry Lollipop gets sniped out of the air by Artemai. To Be Fair gets broken and has also been on the receiving end of a phenomenal Watcher, disabling 3 guns and 2 engines. But it won't matter all too much, as the young Edelman has managed to position themselves behind the Funk Walk and is currently sniping away, disabling an engine, breaking their armor. And with that, we're just guys going back into the lobby, where right now, over on the left side in red, we're once again joined by Team 6 Pool, with the pilots Abject, Absolotl, and Where Am I? And over on the right in blue, we're joined by the 10 Pests, with the pilots Hellfire and Artemis, already being called out for not bringing any Tempests. At least, not yet. What isn't yet might come. We will see and we will find out in just 2.5 minutes. Because after the ship lock, there is no more changing. Your time is up. Sorry. Sorry about that. So, let's see what actually is going on here. We see a lot of lumberjacking coming out of the blue team. A lot of Watcher coming out of the red team. We are on cannon ambush, so I'm hoping for something a little more close ranged. But we will see. Red 1 changing from Junker to Goldfish. Blue 2 changing guns around a little bit, going for the... I don't know. Gentlemen. There we go, 30 seconds until ship lock. At the moment, a Goldfish on both sides, and then... Sorry, a Crusader on both sides. And that is now paired with a fish and a galleon, respectively. My guys, keep the chat clear. At least they're readying up. Okay, we're actually gonna be starting early today. Or at least in this exact match. We are loading onto Cannon Ambush. And I will try to call this a little faster than usual, I think. But we will see how fast I will have to be. Okay, ship number 1 is the Lovely. It's a Goldfish, piloted by Abject Axolotl. It's a Watcher fish with right side Flamer, front Watcher, left side Gat, Banshee. Ship number 2 is the Guns, Crusader, piloted by Where Am I? With front double Watcher, mid deck, Mortar Carronade, and top deck Gat Carronade. Ship number 3 is the Fear, another Crusader, piloted by Hellfire. Front Watcher Lumberjack, mid deck Banshee Artemis, top deck Gat Banshee. And lastly we have the Quellier and the Galleon, piloted by Artemis. Port side Mercury, Heavy Flak Mark II, Minotaur, aft Flare, and starboard Watcher Carrier. As we have the Fear already rushing ahead, going in hot, and immediately getting engaged by the red team, missing 4 of their guns and an engine, and missing an engine on Crusader is huge because you can't run anymore. Or actually, you can only turn, you can't really move forwards or backwards. Once again, getting the Watchman treatment, followed up by Flamer treatment. Armor goes down. Half the Crusader already missing, and now knows the Galleon is nowhere to be seen. Guns missing, sorry, Fear missing all of the guns. They're gonna hit the floor. There we go, they hit the floor. No guns, no engines, no armor. And no life. First kill obtained by the red team. And now that leaves the Quellion very lonely on the field, and they might have positioned very nicely here, but they weren't able to support their ally, and they are also leaving themselves very open for a flank. Such as the Lovely might be trying to pull off, but they are too late now. Guns will be sticking their head into blue spawn and trying to kill this Lovely pillar here. Fia has respawned, immediately gets spotted. Don't ask me how. And the Guns decides that backwards is the direction they want to go for the moment. A very action-packed first 2 minutes of the game here. And once again, Fia is feeling adventurous. As they are sticking their head here. They're sticking their heads into the canyon. And they might find themselves, if I can find the fish. No, the fish is right here, okay. Well, they might find themselves on the receiving end of a fish again. Not careful, but I guess this time around with a Quellion? Honestly, I don't know what Artemis is trying to do here. Oh, he's trying to jump the mountain. Let's see if he succeeds. Yes, he definitely succeeds. And that will put him suddenly behind the Guns. Of the Guns. And there we go. Suddenly with the Quellion. Actually no, the Guns had reversed. And they still managed to get the first Watcher of disabling the Watcher of the Quellion here. And also, yeah, and now the carronades from the light carronades from the Guns are taking their toll on the Quellion's balloon. Another Watcher goes out. 5 of 6 guns and 2 engines down. Armor's down. Mortar starts going out. Fia tries to come in here. Another break obtained on the Quellion. Quellion actually double broken. Fia comes in, definitely for the rescue. And they will succeed! As they just mercilessly ram the Guns out of the sky. Quellion holding on with only a third of their perma left. And the Lovely makes the very good decision to retreat. If the Fia would have been just a little while later, I'm fairly certain the Quellion would have been dead. Okay, Lovely. Firing pot shots out. Fia is moving to intercept them. But the Lovely will be able to just pass all over. High. Watcher goes out. Disabling 2 engines, and the Gatling also breaks them. But they should still be able to escape here. Oh, but they're a bit of a sitting duck right now. Here you go. Engines are back up. Guns has respawned. Fia actually venturing out further, venturing deeper into the red team spawn, into the canyons. The canyons this map is so famous for. Well, it's so famous for them that it's named after them. Okay, the Guns and the Fia. Oh, the Fia finds the entirety of the red team. And the Quellion is actually coming up behind them. Oh. Artemis playing the game of, does it fit? The answer being yes. And now they are able to hammer down into the Guns. Which the Guns doesn't take too kindly to and just decides to go forwards. Not leaving themselves very exposed to the Fia. But it will still be the Fia that gets the short straw in this exchange. Oh, but Guns is missing an engine. Watchers being exchanged, but the Guns decide to bring one more. Fia once again going for the ram. And the Quellion with the heavy flak Mark II finishing the Guns off. Leaving the lonely again, leaving the lonely, very lonely on the field again. And now the Fia is here to support. Lonely holding on. But getting double broken now, going for the... No, actually going past. I don't quite know if he wanted to ram or just suicide, because this is now suicide. And there we go, they get flagged. 3-1 lead for the blue team. Guns, I believe 4 spawned, but they take the F10 spawn, so they have plenty of time for their ally to come back. But on the other hand, blue team will now be perfectly aware that red team has taken the F10 spawn, as they know they have respawned, and they have eyes on all the other spawns. Okay, guns coming around. The red team is coming around the corner right now. Oh! Well, leaving the lovely very lonely. Well, lovely, lonely, it's all the same. Fair point, Freddy. Fair point. Okay. Red team venturing out into the canyons and finding the blue team. Guns immediately turning towards them. Lovely. Going around. But also turning northwards. Okay, lovely. Should be visible from the Fear here. So we should see the spot obtained. Short, there we go. And the guns is still hidden behind the pillar. But they will now also poke their head out and start shooting, as the Lovely is already taking an awful lot of fire here without being able to quite retaliate. But there we go, there's a Watcher out into the Fear. Tries to go for the ram. I'm not too sure there, but I hope he did, because it might have been beautiful. It won't work out for them though, as the Lovely is double broken. And gets rammed by the Fear. Hellfire knows no chill. Watcher goes out into the field, disabling 4 guns. Oh, the guns just got flagged. And with that, the Lovely is suddenly dead. Well, screw my train of thought. They're dead. Yeah. With that, it will be the 10 pests obtain the victory here with a final score of 5-1. And they will now be moving on. No, they have now just secured themselves a spot in the finals. And now it is time for us to take a short break while we wait for Dividend Emperor versus Fancy Cloud Crashers to finish, and I will give you that match as soon as I have it at the ready, and then I will also be joined by Zennoch. So then enjoy the music. And once more, it is time to return to the fun and the games. And I am now joined by a very special guest, our local not representative. It is Zennoch.
Yes, hello fellows of those participating or just simply viewing.
There we go. So, in the lobby right now, over on the left in red, we we have Team 6 Pool with the pilots Abject Axolotl and Where Am I? And over on the right in blue, we have the Fancy Cloud Crashers with the pilots Sputnik and Daniel.
If anyone has complaints about the six pool name again, you may consistently attempt to defeat me in Lars in a small galaxy as a 1v1. I dare you.
Okay, we have 145 to ship lock. At the moment, we see a Para-Junker combo and a Judgment Spire combo.
Indeed. Looks like blue team wants those big guns. Lots of guns.
Well, they want those big guns, and then they stick carronades on them.
Well, to be honest, I kind of was recommended a judgment of a similar nature back in Canyon Ambush. Back when I was still participating in Crucible.
Ah, the good old days.
Yes.
When I would close every SCS stream with the magic words "sign up for Crucible."
Yeah, that was oftentimes my own thing as well.
Also, you need to move slightly closer to the microphone again.
Fuck, crying out loud.
Well, it seems that our teams are very eager to get the show on the road.
I am all for it.
So am I.
You all trash yourselves. Sooner we all can go back doing whatever otherwise is productive, such as, of course, praying to the
And there we go, starting around 30 seconds early. Well, considering these players, a minute early. And
Well,
going
it's
into
really-
Duel at Dawn.
aka mini dunes for those that know it by that name.
And there we go, ship number 1 is the Howling Mary. It's a Paramedian powered by Abject Axolotl. It's an Artling with topic items getting side flak and flamer. Ship number 2 is the You Are Retired. It's a Junker powered by Where Am I? With a port side double Artemis, front Gatling, and a port starboard side Gat Mortar.
That was Team 6 pool, whereas Team Fancy Cloud Crashers, ship number 3. Winds of Change, piloted by Sputnik. It is a judgment with a front heavy carronade, Gatling, mortar combo, and back heavy carronade, flamer? Okay,
Flamer.
interesting. And ship number 4 is the Great VGS, piloted by, who's Daniel? It is a Spire with a bottom deck Watcher, Banshee, top deck Gatling Banshee. And before you start screaming at me for making that joke for the upteenth time, it's a tradition.
I mean, I had Daniel in like either my first or second match. First.
And you made
So
the same.
I of course already made that joke there.
Well, sadly I wasn't around for it, so I felt
So of course you had to
obligated
repeat
make for
it. It
myself.
seems that the Howling Mary was slightly AFK because they suddenly have a judgment on their side.
Yeah. Remember, if your captain falls asleep, you can also take the helm. Failing
Indeed.
that, execute the captain for incompetence and promote yourself to captain.
Okay, Winds of Change actually is the one ending up broken here. And
Ooh, that was a good
oh,
round.
I think that was a more accidental than anything else, but the Howling Mary is dead. Sorry, the Winds of Change have changed as they are dead.
Mortar very effective at close range, turns out.
Yeah, who would have thought? First kill obtained by Team 6 Pool.
Oh, that's a ram. Oh, that's a ram.
Oh, but
And
it will lead. Oh,
warmed up.
that's a Watcher being face tank right there. Great VGS now
suffering
getting
engine
the
problems.
Great VGS definitely suffering from engine problems as they only have 2. And now they have a mortar up their ass.
Again. Ouch. Painful.
And in about 2 minutes, red team is taking a 2-0 lead.
We want to be punctual 2.5, but yeah. Not bad.
Well, the
Not a
2.5
record
minute mark
pace,
is
though.
now. So it was less. It was somewhere in between. But let's not be nitpicky.
Yeah. Red team adopting an interesting face each other formation.
They just wanted to make eye contact and reaffirm the strategy.
Or just the front gunner of the retired wants to see the extensive damage on the Howling Mary.
Yeah, the Howling Mary is currently living a bit less than a half-life. While the Winds of Change is passing through underneath the Dreadnought.
Undetected. Whereas the Great VGS has been sighted and is now getting...
Okay, there was such a great opportunity right there, and I absolutely missed it because you said something.
Reminder, this ship is bayonets.
Oh, yeah, guns in the guns in the hull, and they have bayonets. Anyway, the Great VGS has been broken and is already half dead. Actually, 3/4 dead.
Yeah, blue team's charge is not winning them many crowns.
Well, the Winds of Change has made their way through underneath the Dreadnought, back up, back over, and into the red team. So their lovely flank achieved them basically nothing.
Indeed, and the Great VGS suffers from a little bit more flak problems, but still
Yeah,
manages
and
to...
they get finished off.
I was about to say survive, but rather extend their warranty for a couple of seconds.
Yeah, we would like to reach you about your Spire's extended warranty.
Indeed, and the next person that's gonna need warranty is Sputnik with his Winds of Changes. Oh.
Yeah, and I think they are not changing in his favor, as once again he is missing his front guns, and soon to also miss his armor.
Yeah, that's the sad bit about facing.
And now he gets flucked. But I think those mostly missed, so you will survive another 10 seconds or so.
Yeah, although the Junker is weirdly missing.
Yeah, the
Leaving
Junker
their
is taking their sweet time.
Leaving their poor defenseless ally facing off against...
I wouldn't call the Hauling Mary defenseless, as they just basically finished off that judgment. Correction, they finished off that judgment.
I was joking, of course. But
Also,
yes.
the Joker wanted to make is when you said undetected, when they go, unexpected!
I know it's a Sabaton song, I don't know which one.
Ah, Night Witches.
Ah.
Great song. Recommend checking it out.
May as well do that now. So what was it again?
Night Witches.
Ah.
Okay, there we go. Potentially final engagement is en route, as the Euroretired has been spotted by both blue ships. Great VGS. Oh, Grass getting stuck on their way in and immediately breaking.
Oh no, the bayonets have struck.
Oh, they can be so lucky that neither red ships were perfectly ready for that.
Well, lucky and unlucky at the same time.
Yeah,
Meantime,
like, it leaves the Wind of Change very lonely on the field and suddenly on the receiving end of a crossfire of Gatlings and mortars.
just a note, but if wildly charging in didn't work the last time, and
The last
time
2
before,
times.
I was about to say, maybe don't repeat it. Otherwise, we're gonna get a popular Einstein quote that has been bastardized by a certain Far Cry 3 character.
I was about to say. Okay, your turret has actually been broken and suffered minor hull damage, while the Great VGS is now the forward ship taking the brunt of the damage. Great VGS gets broken.
Howling Mary's on fire and burning, and oh, it's extinguished now.
Great VGS only holding on to a fifth of their perma there. While the
That's not good.
Euretired has to find a very
Round,
comfortable
please.
position
Ah,
behind them. Hunting Mary has been blown away, but it won't matter.
and so
The 10 pests on the left in red, with the pilots Artemis and Hellfire. And on the blue side, we have, for the finals, at least for the first match, I will give them the honors again. 22 pop into Fast Imperial Spanish Supremacy Villagers, with the pilots...
Also known as 4-gate.
Oh, 4-gate now? With the pilots Abject Axolotl and Where Am I? I mean...
to be honest, 6-pool better, because...
Yeah. If they win this match, we're gonna call them Forge First.
Oh my. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, very good.
And if dear viewer, if you are catching on to all of these things we are talking about, drop a guess at what we're actually talking about in the chat. In a minute, of course.
Of course. I do believe that there is at least... I hope there is at least one person that at least understands this. If not, then well...
But is that person also watching?
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, who are you trying to...
We'll see. Let's just leave it at that.
Okay, we'll see. I wanted to insert a joke here. I don't remember what it was.
Classic moment of, you can't remember what you were gonna say.
Oh yeah, I wanted to briefly touch on the strat that will guarantee victory. All the time. No flaws. As long as you follow the simple steps, I guarantee you will always win.
Oh.
I'm gonna spill the secret after I say that we are now officially locked, and no one can ask for a minute. The strategy is very simple, actually. It's kill them all and don't die.
A most excellent strategy.
If you follow these two very simple steps, you will always win.
Most definitely.
And we're actually starting 2 seconds early. Lovely.
Just 2 seconds early.
But sadly, we are loading onto Thornhold Throwdown, a map where matches either take 5 minutes or 23. And
sorry.
ship number 1 is the Rob Works. It's a junker, powered by Artemis. We have a port side double Artemis, front Gatling, and starboard side double Banshee. Ship number 2 is the Ear. It is a Shrike, powered by Hellfire, with port side Gat Watcher, starboard side Caronite Watcher.
Meanwhile, on the Team 6 pool, we have ship number 3, Howling Mary, piloted by Abject Axolotl. It is a Artling with 8 Optic Artemis Gatling, side Flak Flamer. And ship number 4 is the You're Retired, piloted by Where Am I? It is Junker with the right side double Artemis, front Gatling, and the right side Flak Gatling.
And people have already found each other, and the ER has realized that a well-placed double Artemis hurts.
Yes, indeed. No guns.
Oh, and terrain... terrain hurts even more, especially when you're using drift sail.
Oh, the pain! Also, sadly, no one in the chat has figured it out, so...
Yeah, what a shame, really.
What a shame.
Okay, what a shame.
He was a good man, but a rotten way to die.
And the ER has made their way out, but the You're Retired is expecting their timely return. There we go. They come in once more. Watch try to do a flyby, but it's not very effective.
Meanwhile, the Howling Mary is in losing battle against the Rob Works. Rob Industry is too powerful.
I think it's even.
They were about to lose their armor. Until they wisely decide to. Oh no! Here comes
Oh,
Black
but they
Watcher.
just got a Watcher into their ass. And that is all
Complete
engines and 2
immobilization.
guns gone.
Well,
It
the
will
good
cost
news
the
is
EA their
that-
life, most likely.
Well, the good news is they're still pointing at the enemy. The bad news is the enemy just went up
The EA will actually survive.
and escape.
Well, they're going to go forwards again. Yeah,
But
they're going
lucky one
forwards
that
again.
Both red ships have drift sailed.
Oh, ram?
No,
No.
if it was a ram, it would have been a suicidal one.
Ah,
Although
I mean,
would
the
have loved to
suicidal
see
ones are
it.
the best.
I would have loved to seen it, though.
Oh, Rob works getting the short straw here from the now being pushed by the Howling Mary.
Indeed. Turns out Hartling beats.
Oh, double Gatling going out into the EA here. Not for long. Watcher
Oh,
goes
that was
out.
Watcher.
Ooh, that was
Very
painful.
brutal.
4 guns and 3 engines
Well
down
done,
on
Joe.
the You're Retired. They only have a gun.
God.
There's only 3 different guns on that ship. There's not that much choice.
Fair enough.
Oh, EA comes in for another run by. Strafing run is, I guess, the more correct term.
Yeah, I suppose that would be the most apt statement.
And strafe is what they do. As the You're Retired is firmly missing 4 guns. Again.
Meanwhile, the Howling Mary is starting to lose against the Robworks. Slightly.
Yes. Howling Mary.
You're retired to stalemated against the EA.
I'd call it EA.
EA. Because
I don't want to be reminded of one of the worst game companies ever.
Fair enough. The EA. Oh, names.
Just call it the E.
Yes, the E. In the meantime, both blue ships are being hammered at the moment, and
Well, actually, a bit of change of pace. Red team has decided that they want the Howling Mary removed out of the sky.
they're about to succeed at it too.
Yeah, but the blue team on the crew of the Howling Mary is tanking as hard as they can. But ultimately,
Not hard enough.
they will fail, and the Howling Mary meets a gruesome
Screams
end.
into the void.
Cold is the void. I mean, meaning that Team
Don't
Tempest
make references, I see.
Well, will obtain the first kill and the second as well, even though Ia barely almost went down with them.
Yeah, in the meantime, you're retired, suffered completely, vaporized, and went into the old man's retirement home for talking extremely slowly. Although Red Team did not come out of this engagement okay.
Well, I would say that the Rob Works has suffered maybe a little bit more than just a bit of scratched
They
paint,
lost
but
only one of their mining probes. At the
it's just scratch paint. The Ia, on the other hand, should seek the nearest shipyard as fast as possible.
Alternatively, the nearest scrapyard, but we'll see how it goes.
Blue team has respawned around Science Mountain.
Red Team already knows where the blue team is and has begun making stylish maneuvers to get to the location.
Oh, so yeah, once again drifting in. Yep, that looks like a drift
They
charge.
should be wary of not drifting into Science Mountain, or else, you know, Science Mountain.
I think this looks like he's very much drifting into Science Mountain. Oh, he manages to
narrowly
stop.
avoiding
Just yeah, but then they fire a Watcher entirely into the Eurotires balloon.
There it goes. Oh, they slightly bumped Science Mountain.
Oh, and the Ia.
Oh!
Oh.
Come on! Lucky devil.
Just barely managing
One
to stay
artemis shot
alive.
could have vaporized it.
Just 2 more Gatling bullets could have vaporized them.
Fair enough.
Ow, and
Oh,
here they
here
come,
it
another
comes again.
strafing run. Barely not ramming the You're Retired. I'm
They
sure
should
that
really not play so
Speed?
recklessly.
Oh yeah, another watcher goes out, but mainly hits something, but not the enemy.
Something, but a lot of nothing. Oh, that's
Actually, how did
lot
Mary
more, though.
receiving a watcher here and losing all of the engines? But the Eurotard gets their Gatlings going. Or not.
See, but the Paris gonna have to reassemble its entire everything again.
And they also break, and suddenly there's only half a para.
Yeah, an entire half of Howling Mary ran off, screaming into the night.
Well, was it the Mary or the Howling that ran off?
Probably the Howling. Lost the vote.
Well, it won't matter too much, as there's no para now.
Indeed.
And will the EA finally meet its end?
Unfortunately,
Considering how many guns the Eurotire just lost, I'm gonna go with no.
meanwhile, Eurotire discovered that it had DTs in its mineral line.
And they have lost their everything.
Indeed.
GG, no re.
Cool.
No, actually, no. There will be a rematch, as we still have at least one engagement left in this match.
Indeed.
As the red team is only 4-0 in the lead, and it seems that Hellfire is on his best way to pull off a mighty cap maneuver.
Yeah.
That being losing the majority of his hull in the first engagement, losing even more in the second engagement, and still surviving to the end of the match.
Yeah.
But I think right now he just wants to go for the wall kill.
Risking.
But he did it wrong.
It's rare that the wall claims the kill.
So
Humiliation.
you know how the wall has the nuke device, the nuke gun within them?
Yes.
Supposedly, if you just stick your ship into the wall, the nuke gun will kill you, and the enemy team won't get the kill. In this case, the enemy team got the kill. Because it wasn't the nuke gun that claimed it.
It wasn't aggressively grabbing the damn wall. I hope that was on camera.
Oh, absolutely!
Most beautiful. I want to review the footage when it appears again.
Oh, it will appear shortly. Certainly appears to be like 1 minute 10 seconds or so. Oh, EA has respawned, and then he is immediately spotted by the blue team.
Illuminance.
So, Hellfire will not pull a mighty cap maneuver.
It's definitely Hellfire pulled off a Hellfire maneuver.
Okay, there we go. Spots are out on the majority of the ships.
Indeed. And combat
And
once
the
again.
once again gathers speed and goes in for a strafing run.
Indeed.
With decent effects, I'd say. But it
I'd
might
say
get them
that's
killed, you know? Oh, they go for the ramp.
Oh my! Boop the junker, get the pain.
And once again, EA has been reduced to the
So
perma they
again.
had just a minute ago. Just
They're
this
gonna lose
time,
that,
they
though.
will die.
Oh, but the retired is not feeling good either.
Yeah, the Eurotard appears to be appear to have a slight case of wanting to be a rail car.
Well,
And
they had
they're
a slight
dead.
case of arthritis followed by GG Nori.
Indeed. So, with that, it will be Team 10 Pests obtaining the victory overall. First of all, in this match with a fine score of 5-2, and then also overall winning SCS number 433, and Team Forge First claims the second place.
I thought they were gonna be Forge first, only if they won.
They're still gonna be Forge first.
Cool.
Hmm?
Okay, fine. Forge first from here on out. Not that it bloody matters. I do want to see
But,
this team sign
of
up.
course, Team Forge First has obtained the moral victory, as Team Tempests has failed to bring any Tempests.
Indeed. I would also like to, well, I just hope that the same team decides to sign up next week, as team Forge first. But it's not gonna happen.
They could have their team logo be the Great Protoss Book of Cheese.
Of course.
Forge first into Void Race.
Yes. Oh, it looks like the teams are interested in doing one more match.
Well, I am not. So-
Neither am I.
Let's just get the stream wrapped up. As always, it is now time for the part that I personally like the most, and that is saying thank you. First and foremost to Portable Grump, who is once again the mastermind behind all of this, orchestrating all performances, of course, and rigging the games as she sees fit. Of course not.
Yes, the games, of course.
No, she is the person that organizes everything and presents us casters with just a challenge we have to work our way through and nothing else to really worry about, so thank you very much. Then, of course, Zennoch, thank you very much for keeping me company and reffing the other 3 lobbies.
Indeed.
I hope you had fun, I know I did.
I had some fun playing through a little bit of Creeper World 3.
But now it is time to once again say, well, have a good night, day, evening, wherever you might be on this lovely world of ours, and I'll see you again next Friday. Goodbye.
The Emperor protects.